All right, let's see if we can just make this image a little bit better in under a minute. So I'm going to come over here to the basic panel in Lightroom, and I'm going to hold the Shift key and double click the word highlights. And I'm going to do the same thing, hold the Shift key and double click the word shadows. And I'm going to add a little bit of texture. And I'm going to take the dehaze up. If I go too far, it gets a little nuts. And a little bit of clarity. Vibrance, I don't want to push too far either. I might use a brush on that just for the foreground, but now I'm going to come down to the HSL panel and I'm going to click on the hue and I'm going to pick the yellows. Now the greens are registering as yellow if I slide this back and forth, so I'm going to make my yellows or my greens just a little bit greener. There we go, and I might brighten them up just a smidge. And the same thing with purple and magenta, just brighten them up a little bit. I don't want to go too far, they kind of blow out there. And there we go, here is before and after. All right, let's do the same thing. Shift, double click highlights. Shift, double click shadows. And this one I think I'm going to do dehaze a little bit more. And I think I'm going to use a brush on here too, because I don't want to affect the water quite so much. I want the water to be nice and smooth. And so I'm going to add an adjustment brush. And I just want to deal with the shell and add a little bit more texture to the foreground. Take my texture slider up and I am good with that. And I'm going to do what's called setting the black point. Most images can benefit from this. I'm going to hold down the Alt or Option key and I'm going to click the black slider and drag it until I start seeing some black pixels. I'm going to just barely get it right there. And I do want to add another brush to the water here. So I'm going to create another mask. Make my brush fairly big here. Let's see if we can't warm that up just a little bit. And I can actually bring the clarity down and the texture down if I want to make that a little bit softer. So your choice there. And I'm going to click done. And here's before and after of those adjustments. Excellent. Quick, simple things that you can do to improve just about any photo. Have fun with that.